Hey guys, Bubba here, coming at you from snowy Indiana. Hey, at least we have beautiful blue skies right now. But guys, I have a awesome video, and we're going to start off with the Falcon 9 launch and the big spiral that everyone seemed to see over the Central of America. So stay tuned. It's about 48 minutes long. Get some popcorn. Let's do this. Hey guys, Bubba here. Hey, this is going to be a fun show today. Have you guys seen this? The Oklahomans that saw the spiral-shaped UFO, a mysterious spiral in the sky above the U.S. had people thinking they had spotted something alien last night. The spiral was photographed over Oklahoma Monday night. It looked like something out of a sci-fi film. Here you will see it going across the top of the screen, right below Nest as it goes across from the right to the left. This was westward facing from Charlotte, North Carolina. This one was northward facing from Texas. Guys, what's going on? Is this exactly what they said it was? Was this a spiral in the sky? Was this a SpaceX Falcon 9 launch? Let's see.
Well, I don't know if you saw this or not tonight, or early evening, I should say. There was a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket that launched a Cosmos SkyMed second-generation radar surveillance satellite for the Italian Space Agency. What's interesting is our own surveillance of Oklahomans took pictures of it. And it had some unique physics going on. I'm not quite sure exactly what. Station and I have been looking at that, trying to figure it out exactly. But we did receive a lot of pictures of that tonight. And again, that was launched from out of Cape Canaveral Space Force Center in Florida. So just in case you saw that and wondered what it was, that's what it is.
So just in case you saw that and wondered what it was, that's what it is. Right? That's all there is to this story. It's just a SpaceX rocket. Nothing to see here. Right? I don't know. January 31st will go down in history as the same day Oklahoma was struck by an earthquake there outside of Tulsa, and citizens witnessed what was believed to be a UFO. Based on the SpaceX's live stream, this rocket would have flown very close to Oklahoma, stated Mock. But listen carefully here. The rocket was going through its final orbital burn over the center of the country after already circling the globe once. Final orbital burn. Can't find that anywhere researching that. But it says it was carrying the Italian satellites, which it did. They launched at 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time, and it says Elon Musk is at it again. Here's what they showed when you clicked on that link.
And with that, we do have 5 events coming up back to back. They'll happen within seconds of each other. And these events include the first stage making its way back to landing zone 1 today. So we'll have MECO, main engine cutoff, stage separation, a flip of the first stage, SES-1, or second stage engine start 1. And then followed immediately by the boost back burn on the first stage. Again, that's 5 events happening within seconds of each other. We should get some good views of these happening. Again, that is MECO, stage separation, S1
Vehicles
flip.
on a nominal trajectory.
Good call outs there. So stage 1 flip, SES-1, and the boost back burn coming up here in a few seconds.
Boost back burn off the Florida coast only and the Atlantic Ocean.
MECO. Stage separation confirmed. And back ignition. Stage 1 boost back startup.
And some incredible views from the ground cameras. We actually got to visually see MECO stage separation and see the first stage flip on your screen. That was incredible to see. Now what you're seeing on your screen on the left-hand side is the first stage, currently in its boost back burn. That is the first of 3 burns to make its way back to land. And on your right-hand screen, we do have the second stage engine lit up, and so far looking really good on a nominal trajectory.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
And we heard that call out that the boost back burn has ended. Now in a few seconds here, we should see the fairing halves on the second stage being deployed. We've got some awesome views here. The left-hand screen is showing the first stage with the grid fins deploying on your screen.
Bearing separation confirmed.
And we heard that call out and visual confirmation on your right-hand screen that the fairing halves have deployed. They're now making their way back to Earth, and we will attempt to recover them with our recovery vessel named Bob today.
So far, I don't see how this would cause any kind of celestial spiral over Oklahoma with alien sightings. And I'm going to let Mary Greeley here speak in a minute. Her video the other day talks about this a lot, and I'll tap into it, and I'll give my input at the end of it. But guys, these blue screen spirals have appeared in the sky after previous SpaceX launches. They say it can happen due to a venting of excess fuel after a Falcon 9 rocket drops off its payload in space, which can avoid an explosion. We'll get to that. But this guy, Brad Panovich, down there at WCNC there in Charlotte, he's a chief meteorologist and a weather and a tech geek like me. He said it's pretty cool to see the spiral vapor trail. Spiral vapor trail, that's what they're calling it, from the orbital burn for Cosmos SkyMed's second generation satellite over the middle of the United States. Spiral vapor trail. And then he goes on to say, well, here's the animation of the last orbital burn. Orbital burn. There is no such thing, but anyway, for Cosmos SkyMed's second generation satellite over the middle of the United States. And here's where he says this orbital burn took place. Guys, the last time they fired this was after it rounded the south there, and it went into off the coast of Australia, and I'll show you. But this is where the sightings were, everywhere from North Carolina to Arkansas, mostly Texas, Missouri, Iowa, Southern Illinois. And this is how they're saying that it came down this way, and supposedly this spiral. Well, why didn't anyone over the Four Corners region see it? Or Colorado, Wyoming, Montana? Cake News there in Wichita. Did you guys see this strange spiral? Talk about weather. Dan said it was a boost back burn after stage separation. But guys, we just saw that boost back burn. That's only there off the coast of Florida and over the Atlantic Ocean. He's with KNWA News there in just northwest Arkansas. The strange thing I saw in the sky, I can confirm, is a boost back burn after stage separation of SpaceX Falcon 9 tonight. Oh, well, maybe not. He wants to make a clarification the next day. He said now it was not due to the boost back burn. It was from a fuel dump in preparation of the destructive reentry. The first stage reenters and lands back on land. Yeah, he corrected it. He said, but Twitter doesn't have an edit button. This was the fuel dump of Falcon 9 before reentry into the Pacific Ocean. Guys, look it up. Research it. There is no such thing as a reentry in the Pacific Ocean of this one with the Cosmos SkyMed. Well, that's weird because we did see the lander come back down, and I did too, and we will too. The successful launch was on January 31st at 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time, Cape Canaveral. It landed back at LZ1, landing zone 1 there on land. And guys, there are 10 of these super duper AI-directed cameras all around the complex. And they're catching them. This is how they record all this stuff, but they didn't record this spiral over the middle of the country. And this is what I want to talk about with Mary Greeley. Let's go in to see what she says.
Good morning, gang. Thank you for joining me. News about earthquakes I was going to report last night was interrupted because my daughter called me about 7 p.m. late last night to tell me about the strange object that she witnessed going across the sky, going north to south, and she lost sight of it as it went over the southern horizon. She said afterwards she saw all kinds of what could be described as orbs, lots of planes, and obvious satellites. She had a clear view of the object. She said the arms that were curved light coming off the center of the spear had sharp edges to the object. She was on her back porch facing west. The object moved from north to south. The arms of light stayed stationary as it moved across the sky. And she is evidently not the only person to have seen it. It was reported in Kansas, reported in Arkansas, and I believe also in Minnesota. She said that it looked like a vortex to her. something from a sci-fi movie. I think they're trying to discredit this object that multiple people have said they've seen. A Twitter post from Brad Panovich. He's saying it's an orbital burn for Cosmos SkyMed second generation satellite. It evidently happened in the middle of the country. Hogwash. I say it's hogwash. It's a cover-up. It was shot off from Florida, went around the Earth. Let me bring it down for you. And then came up across the North Pole, it looks like. And went across the U.S. Yeah, South Dakota would be in here. Kansas, Arkansas. But she said it was the center of the object was as large as her thumb. The spirals of light would have been as large as the palm of her hand. This is not what people were reporting last night, just before 7 p.m. This here is the Falcon 9 image as it blasted off from Florida. This one here is from Oklahoma. They're claiming it is a gorgeous shot of Falcon 9 spiral vapor trails from the orbital burn. Hogwash. What she saw here in South Dakota, she said it had sharp edges to the light that was coming off. The arms moved with the object as it moved from north to south. Vapor would have dissipated. It would not stay the same shape as it moved across to the southern horizon where she lost view of it. The only time I've actually seen images of such a vapor trail was from a failed missile launch, where the missile started a spiral twisting before it was destroyed during a test. Here's an image of it being blasted off from Cocoa Beach last night. Here's another image of it from Tulsa, Oklahoma. If it was so far up in the sky, why was it so large being seen over so many states? There evidently, which I haven't found, tweets that were sent being seen over Alabama. Yeah, another reply is saying it was a wormhole. Does anyone know if CERN was active? We know they've been problems with that. Talk about opening up wormholes, black holes where demons can come through. Also on Twitter, they have images posted of the separation of the booster rocket. Let me go forward a little bit for you. So that's the rocket, the well, not the payload. This is the payload, but this is where the booster rockets were separating. I'll move it across for you. And there's where the engines kick in again. And I'll just go a little bit farther. Yeah, that's nothing what people saw last night. Yeah, I'm not buying it. I am not buying it at all. And then you can kind of see a vapor trail. But that is nothing like what people have photographed. Not even close. Another image of SpaceX. Now, yeah, remember, everyone is looking up at this thing, and this is an image of the SpaceX. This is nothing like what happened. Yeah, absolutely nothing. So let me move it across. This was posted on TikTok. Yeah, that is nothing like what's being reported. Absolutely nothing. It is not similar in any way. I smell a cover-up. What about your thoughts? Alright, another image. And you'll see it's nothing like what people have actually photographed. Not even close. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Put those comments down below. Yeah, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Yeah, be safe. And I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.
Let's see what the real vapor trails look like, shall we?
This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade. And the papers want to know whose shirt you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the door, and I'm floating in a
Well, did you guys see the spiral? I didn't see the spiral. I saw a big vapor trail. I saw the nitrogen, the hydrogen. I saw all that kind of good stuff going off as it's doing its boost back burn so it can get back into position after stage separation so it can come back to landing zone 1 there on Earth. And here's the cool thing is it actually takes off north there in Florida and it actually lands south. It's pretty really neat. And, you know, there's 3 sonic waves or sonic booms, I believe, shock waves that go out as it's landing. And it shocks people a lot. But as it goes out, you know, it does have a big old vapor trail and it does put off a lot. And there's lots of pictures too. And I'll show you videos of what happens when it comes back into the atmosphere when it's breaking up and it's actually being destroyed. But this is not it. And we'll get to that in a minute. But I wanted you to hear what these guys have to say because this is truly fascinating. Let's see.
I mean, Jack, does that look like
This looks great.
sunlight on that plume?
It does. This looks
It really
looking
does.
This is looking very promising. Falcon 9 practically glowing.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look at that.
What a view. Oh, stage set.
Yep.
There we go. You can
Nice.
see the first stage boosting back, the plume from the first stage interacting with the plume from the second stage. What a sight.
Wow. In the center of the screen is going to be the booster doing its boost back. The second stage would continue on down the bottom off the right of the screen there. Look at this.
Yep, and there you can see both. You can see both at the same time. Once the fairings separate from the second stage as well, that will be an additional thing we can watch. Those should be illuminated by the sunlight as well. Look at that. I'm excited for everybody that is on the ground right now, out there in Florida, who is getting a chance to see this with their own eyes. It's truly something special. These don't happen that often. Look at those control
firings.
thrusters. Yes, the control thrusters. Yes.
So those aren't even the main engines right now. Those are the cold gas thrusters that help orient the rocket. That's the booster. Orient it for re-entry, coming back down for the RTLS. And you can see the cold gas thrusters pulsing. Look at that.
It's absolutely beautiful.
This is why we were so keen on this launch. All of this always happens. Like when it's an RTLS, these things happen. The thrusters fire, the plumes interact, but most of the time we can't see them. It's either too dark up there because it's full on night, like way past sundown, or it's too bright in the middle of the day and we can't see this. And this is it's the Goldilocks zone for these sort of images, where the sun is lighting up those exhaust plumes, but it's nice and dark down here on the ground, so we really get that resolution of those puffs. That is the coolest thing.
It's perfect for visualizing the fact that our whole atmosphere is a massive fluid, and these little puffs aren't just located to the little spot where you can see, you know, the gas coming out of the thruster a few feet or inches from the vehicle itself. It has a whole entire interaction with all of the material around it as it flies back in from launching that second stage.
Yeah. We've got quite a few cameras covering it here right now. Michael keeps switching angles to different views, but multiple cameras on those thruster firings, it looks like.
Absolutely gorgeous. So now that first stage is heading back towards the launch site. And the show ain't over, folks. We are going to get this thing coming back in, and it should be awesome, and more importantly, perhaps, sound awesome. So keep an ear out for those triple sonic booms, which will be coming up as Falcon 9 gets close to land. But we still got some light show in store, it looks like.
Now remember, it will eventually descend back into the darkness. Like it's up there, the sun is peeking over. It's daylight where Falcon is up there, and the sun is peeking over the curve of the Earth, lighting it up. But eventually that spot should disappear as it descends into the shadow of the Earth. But as of right now, we've still got a fantastic... If I had to guess, I think this is Steve's cam. Michael, is this Steve? Or is this the Cape? This is the Cape. This is Chris. No kidding.
Chris is killing it.
Yeah. It's always a tough decision. Like the two pieces separate and the second stage keeps going and the booster starts coming back and you're like, which do I track? But this time of day with this sort of visual, I think the booster is really the right thing to keep track of.
It's coming in hot, and there is the entry burn.
It's going backwards.
You know, just flying through my own fire, no big deal.
The plume is going up past the body of the booster instead of down, like normally it goes from behind.
And shut down. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Gorgeous. All right, so that first stage will come closer and closer to land and fire up its engines one more time. Landing at the landing zone there in Cape Canaveral.
Look at this.
This is 100% gorgeous views.
Michael, is this the camera way down south? So, folks, this is our friend Dr. WD40. He's a friend from Twitch, and he does some IRL streaming out there, but he's on a Nikon P1000 way down south. Oh, look at this. Here's Steve. This is Chris, okay. It's a good problem to have so many cameras.
Here we go. Let's see if it sticks to landing.
We'll listen in here as well. Nice, Michael. There you go.
And it stuck to landing, as expected. I think I hear some people in the background giggling from the
Cheering
sonic
in the
boom.
background, yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So the first stage is down, and the second stage is continuing its work to push CSG-2 into orbit, which should be finishing up shortly.
Now, while the booster and first stage returned to landing site, next up they're going to have the shutdown of the MVAC on the second stage. This is when they shut down. It's coming here in about 10 seconds. It's when they shut down the second engine, SECO 1, or the second stage engine cutoff one.
SECO 1.
Now they're going to turn off the engine to the second stage as it continues with its payload of the satellite, and it will continue to go up about another 100 miles over the next 45 minutes or so.
Just heard that call out for SECO 1, just waiting for a
Nominal orbit insertion.
And there it is. We got a confirmation of good orbit. Now, the mission isn't over just yet. The second stage is now embarking on its first coast phase. And after the coast phase, we will light that MVAC engine for a second time around T plus 56 minutes. So we'll see you back here in about 45 minutes. And in the meantime, enjoy the space tunes.
This next part I'm going to put into fast motion as it swirls around and goes around the bottom of the planet. Or at least that's what they're saying it's going to do. And it says that it's going to go right over the South Pole. Interesting how that works, huh? Anyway, as we can see, it goes to the west of Australia there, as you see in the lower right-hand corner. And I'll finish it up here because I want you guys to hear the last part because they fire the engines one more time as I get it to release the satellite into orbit. That's it.
If you're just now joining us, we had an on-time launch at 6:11 p.m. Eastern Time, followed by successful ascent, stage separation, first stage landing, and 2 second stage engine burns. Now, the booster that supported today's Cosmos SkyMed mission successfully landed for the 3rd time back on land at Landing Zone 1. And we have just one more major milestone coming up, and of course, that is the deployment of the Cosmos SkyMed payload from Falcon 9's second stage. And we're coming up on that in a few seconds here, and we've got a great live view.
Payload deploy confirmed.
Incredible view of the Cosmos SkyMed satellite drifting away from our Falcon 9 second stage. That is visual confirmation of payload deploy, and that will also bring our webcast to a close.
So as you guys can see, the second stage, powered by a single Merlin vacuum engine, delivers Falcon 9's payload to the desired orbit. The second stage engine ignites a few seconds after stage separation and can be restarted multiple times to get it into place. But guys, as we've seen, like, this is from San Juan, Puerto Rico. They saw it above as well. These guys on their boat outside of the Bahamas recorded it as well. I'd love to be there with all the snow we've had lately, but even this gal flying back from the Caribbean on her way back to Atlanta captured this as well. This is not from what they saw over the middle of the country. You know, it says the fuel dump lights up Kansas City metro sky, then separated. You know, this is what they're saying that many saw in the sky. But guys, that's not what they saw in the sky. The Pacific Northwest back on the evening of March 25th, 11 p.m. Eastern, around 8 p.m. Pacific time of 2021. They saw it through Washington State, Oregon, and it wasn't what we just saw.
Wait, what's going on?
I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
Is that like a like? What?
That's more than a comet. Wait, what is that?
That's insane. Mom, are we okay?
Yes, that was amazing. Oh my God. Wow.
A whole bunch of little things.
What the heck?
Holy smokes.
See it? Look at them. A whole bunch of lights going that way. Jeez.
I've never seen anything
I've never
like
seen
that.
anything like that either.
What is that?
We don't know. It's heading down or out? It looks like it's heading.
And you guys might have seen it in the news lately, but SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket stage to crash into the moon 1 month from today, February 4th. The rocket stage has been cruising through the Earth-Moon for 7 years orbit, so it's getting ready to crash into the moon. Hey guys, I'm back. Everything you've seen recorded has been up until Friday, February 4th. Today is now Saturday, February 5th, and I've started again, but I wanted to talk on this fuel dump because they're talking about the second stage flew over the middle of the part of the country and separated, and it was a fuel dump. Well, I wanted to show you what an actual fuel dump looks like from Falcon 9. As this is in space, this is the fuel dump. Watch how the liquid fuel makes these pretty little circles, and they just float around. There's no spinning. There's no curvature. There's no pattern. There's no centrifuge of something where it's drawn to, or there's spiraling arms outside of it. For those of you who have stayed with me this long, thank you so much for sticking along. I'm going to show lots of stuff here coming up very soon, including videos that were taken over the United States here on January 31st of what they saw in the sky with the spiral. And this has been reported since 2010, after the December 9th, 2009 Norway spiral. 2010, 2013, 2017, 2018, 2019. Guys, there's so many reports all over the world of this, but They always seem to add the fuel dump story, even though the observations of when this goes over different countries is often 20 minutes off from when it's supposed to be going over the country, so it doesn't make sense. Now, keep in mind, this was seen between 6:50 and 6:51 p.m. Central Time. Ron Lee in Falcon, Colorado, posted an observation to CSAT-L, and he said he saw it at 6:49 p.m. Central Time, 5:49 Mountain Time. Due east, it may have been visible sooner, but I just walked outside. It continued but fainted as it went south. It was roughly 2 minutes ahead of Marco's release. Marco was the guy who was telling him this is when it should come through, but he saw it 2 minutes beforehand. But Falcon is right there. And look over to the left. You have Colorado Springs and you have the Air Force Academy. Could it be that he is a retired military person who received that memo to put out saying what he saw 2 minutes, a minute before it was seen by everyone else who saw it in the country? 49. Everyone saw it at 50 and 51. I just find it ironic that he knew when it was coming. He knew when to go out and look for it. Based on the previous launch, it would have happened the day before, yet he failed to get any kind of pictures. And if he did, where are they? Where are the pictures, all the people in Colorado who saw it? I'm not really finding any. That's the problem, but I am finding pictures and videos from all over the other parts of the country where they did see it. So what do you guys think? Are they trying to cover something up? Or was this truly a Falcon 9 mishap? What do you guys think? I wanted to show you guys some of the pictures here. This is from Northwest Arkansas, and she got a picture of it, Houston Hill, and I wanted to scroll in and do a little editing to see what it looks like. Adding some contrast, exposure. It's amazing what you can pull out of the skies. This one's very interesting, guys. Houston Hill, 1 hour prior to landing at XNA, coincidentally. This person was landing there in Bentonville, Arkansas. Okay, why did they see it outside of their window? 30,000 feet or so, getting ready for final approach into landing? Okay, that's not way up in the sky. That was outside of their window, and there's a 747-400 pilot we'll talk about over Africa that saw the same thing on his level. This is a view from Kansas by Jaylee Haas. Caitlin Wright, meteorologist, put this out. There's some beautiful, beautiful images. I'm going to show the videos here in a second, guys, and let you guys see what you see. Another from Oklahoma by Jordan Tucker. Caitlin Wright, meteorologist, also put this one out. Someone sent this in. The arm spinning around it. Something, a circle in the middle. That doesn't look like a SpaceX Falcon 9. Okay, this one's Clarksville, Mount Juliet there, outside of Nashville, Tennessee. This thing was seen in Chattanooga. This thing was seen in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was in Mississippi today. Again, looky there, 6:51 p.m. Let's see what her image looks like, Carl or Carrie. I mean, they've got some amazing, amazing photos, guys. Did you guys see it? Where's your pictures? I want to see them. This one's from Iowa. This one right here. Catching this right above the power lines. Let's see what this next one is here. Oh, we have this one from Ellisville, Mississippi. Do you see a pattern here? This is all over, like, around the Mississippi River. Arkansas, Missouri, Mississippi, Tennessee, Texas, Oklahoma, Tunis, Missouri. Here's another one. This was seen in southern Illinois as well. Tunis, Missouri. That doesn't look like anything. And I'm always wondering what that thing is to the upper left-hand corner of it as well. I'm always seeing that. Moving into southeast Kansas, not my pictures, but a friend near us. Probably towards Kansas City area, looking into Missouri. I just find it interesting. I don't think it was that high into the sky. Hundreds of miles up. Missouri, 6:50 Central Time, 6:50. 6:50 Central Time. Again, 6:50, 6:51, not 6:49. Crocker, Missouri, around 7 Central Time. Well, they're way off, moving from the north to south, of course, and maybe that's, people, oh, I saw this at 7, and, they saw it at 6:51, took the picture and got excited, and like any of us, then wanted to share it on social media. Here's in Lyon County, Kentucky. I mean, this is all there along the Tennessee area over towards the Boot Hill of Missouri. Jefferson City, East Tennessee tonight. It was actually spinning. That is not a reflection in the clouds. People are wondering, what is going on? Here's one of the first videos I have, guys. I want you guys to see these videos I have. Then I'm going to show some ones from overseas. Tanzania, Mauritius. Those countries over there.
It's not a plane.
Let's see what we got going coming up here.
Are we seeing? I don't like how there's.
Try to scroll in.
It's like,
See, it's like
Some of these
weird
videos coming
swirls.
up are better quality than this,
see
but
there's
you
like
know
no
what?
clouds in the sky?
If I caught this for what I caught it, even
Yeah,
as
there's no
this,
clouds.
I'd share it too because I'd be like, what
I don't
is
see clouds
this?
because we see those stars.
What is going on? What's in the sky above us? What is moving? Why is it moving? Why does it seem to be spinning? There's no sound. There's no sounds reported with this. No whooshing. Whoosh. Nothing you'd think from a rocket flaring or spitting out.
I know, Rod came and ran at me. Wow.
This lady kills me. She's on the phone acting like nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to show you now what's going on and some of these stories around the world. This is September 29th, 2013. See a satellite, see a UFO this Sunday since 9 p.m. Everyone's been commenting about a luminous ball in the sky. Even the National Weather Service has no explanations for this. A light ball in the sky around 9 p.m. on Sunday, September 29th, even thought as extraterrestrial presence. Others thought it might be a satellite, but that doesn't look like a satellite to me. Contacted for an official version, the meteorological station could not confirm. They could only confirm that a light bulb was seen in the sky. You know, it was visible and it gradually vanished, and they don't have any official explanation for it. But let's see what they got going here. Here's some more pictures, and I want you to guys see these videos coming up. Taken down there from Madagascar, and even, what was it? Oh yeah, NBC News, UFO over Indian Ocean, SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket sparks sightings. Well, this is what they were seeing. Ground observations of Falcon 9 second stage fuel dump over Madagascar, and they said to compare it with other events. And they always try to tie it in to an actual, a SpaceX pointed with the rocket boosters and whatnot, but here it is over Reunion Island. Moon-like UFO was rocket fuel? The same shape from below and from the side suggests it was spherical. Yes, it was very much spherical. And this does not appear to be a Falcon 9 rocket making its re-entry into Earth to be destructive and get destroyed because it's landed in countries and caused all kinds of destruction. I want you guys to see this here, the UFO, what they see. What's this little white object that appears to be leaving this? Look at that little light. Watch it move away from it. What is that? Here it is again. This is a UFO or comet. Eson is what they're saying.
Il va bouger, non? Ouais, il va bouger. Pas un petit avion, hein? Non. La lumière, c'est pas qui. Mais qu'il a une lumière. Il faut pas se blâmer, mais c'est bien, il est bien. Là. Faut penser à une sonde, là. On a un satellite, c'est pas qui? Ouais, une grosse, là, non?
Ele é mal, sei como dire. Stalget niet niks.
Dit zou design qui va gagner.
Ouais, hij va baguetter.
Attends.
Fais vite tirer les pieds par là.
On peut filmer là.
This is a different person taking this video, and you'll see a ball coming out here in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Attends.
I've got more videos coming up of what was happening over Missouri and Kansas as people recorded this. But guys, this was even happening September 29th, 2013. This is that whole story down there. But here's what's going on, because this even started like here, June 5th, 2010. They're talking about the Falcon 9 UFOs and how they were spotted over Sydney. They always talk about a fuel dump. They always talk about the spiral. They always talk about this light, mysterious light, a ball traveling across the sky. Sometimes it's racing. Other times it's going very slow. And they always have to put in the 2-stage burn. But this is how they try to explain it. I have a feeling they might have lost this satellite. They try to show the trajectory and how to explain it with the observations versus the timings. But then they're saying, well, maybe this is more like it. This is maybe what happened. But then they talk about, this one's really cool. The Dutch pilot over East Africa and rumors that the Zuma had failed. This spectacular image I'm going to show you guys. Peter Horstink, the Dutch pilot of a Boeing 747-400 freighter aircraft, Martin Air Holland flight from Amsterdam to Johannesburg, was flying at 35,000 feet just north of Khartoum, Sudan at that moment. And we'll see the yellow lights below. And he took 4 pictures. He went on to say that this was right at his flight level or just a little bit higher. So if he's at 35,000 feet, maybe a little higher, I'm saying another maybe 5,000 feet. We're still not even up hundreds of miles into the air that Falcon 9 travels. And even when you go into looking into how the pilot was versus where the timing was, it doesn't add up. A lot of these stories, they're off. Like here, this picture is from Sudan. They caught it too, but then they updated their story on January 9th saying the Zuma satellite is now missing. I have a feeling that they wanted this to see. Now they're showing that it's going there in the red. That's probably where it crashed. But, it doesn't tally with the observations over Sudan, which show the upper stage did reach orbit. So this guy's skepticism still remains. And I understand his skepticism. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that something entered into our atmosphere? Did CERN get involved with the portal and the Stargate that they have going with the Large Hadron Collider? Opening it up to what's coming very soon, and even more so because what we're seeing in the skies is nothing that I'm used to seeing growing up. Have you guys seen any of these weird anomalies like this? Like the box, the Texas Cube? That's a whole nother story that came shortly after the spiral. And if you tilt this sideways, you can see a leading asteroid at the top, and there's a skull up there. But, this kind of reminds me of what we've been seeing in the sky as a crop circle. Take it for what it is, but did this Empire orb arrive in 2009? And I've got a lot more we could talk about. It even shows, they believe it did, because they believe that they were doing this as part of what goes on. And it's kind of very ironic that this happened the night of, right before Obama received his Nobel Peace Prize. on December 10th, 2009 in Norway with all the other G7 leaders, and he gave a big old peace speech. He talked all about peace. There's something going on because this has been seen all over the world in the day, in the night. Some of these could be like this one. This one, I'm not sure. This one, I don't even know. What do you guys think? I just know that there's all kinds of different anomalies. And guys, this one in October 5th of 2013 in Zimbabwe, this has been shown on Mr. MBB 333 and others, but this has to do with some of the gas giants. But here's some of the videos I want you to see here locally. Once this person zooms in, you'll see a much better color of what it really looked like. What do you guys think? Help me understand this. Does this look like a fuel dump over America? With the wings, or what appears to be wings, spiraling in order, in control. It just doesn't look like a fuel dump to me, but what do you think?
You can?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know, Bab.
Oh, what is that, Mom?
That just popped out of nowhere, guys.
The hell?
UFO, man.
No, alien.
I know these are going to seem way, 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 way out there, guys. Like, yeah, right. This has got to be CGI. This is all put together. Guys, I don't know, but this came out January 6th of 2022 in Russia. Or one of those Eastern Bloc nations. I'd have to go back to my source and see what I found, but I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore, guys. I know you guys don't either, but I truly don't believe that what everyone saw there over the Mississippi River Valley area, Southern Ohio Valley, saw. But guys, this thing, this is down. Again, take this for what it is. But this is being reported. This is being captured, especially over the South American anomaly. Down there over Brazil and whatnot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is crazy. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.